Welcome back to the Charles Eoghan Experience. We missed last week.
We missed last week, but we're back.
Matching shirts on purpose too.
Yeah. Nice.
Very good.
That wasn't planned, just how it happens.
Just how it happens.
Sometimes.
How'd you get the black eye, man? What happened?
I don't know, I'm pretty sure I was sparring and got hit in the eye. I don't remember, but basically...
Just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. It wasn't punching.
Yeah.
Luckily. Alright, I mean, anything to discuss?
I went to holiday last week to France. That was fun. You speak French. Some of the fans don't know that.
5-year-old French.
5-year-old French.
Yeah.
France was good. Beach, etc. That was good. How's Jits gone? What are you working on? Bullying people.
Yeah, face crushing. As ever, from all angles. Trying to just hurt people's face.
How's that going?
No easy rounds. It's going very well. I'm enjoying it. Smothering people's nose or mouth, depending which is bigger. I'm having a great time.
Coming up to ADCC, have you done anything differently in your training? Like, let's say, like even from now, so like 1st of September, or just started September, leading up until now to the competition, are you going to train anything differently?
I've already changed how I've trained more points in mind as well. So not giving up any points. Like what I'll not always do with competitions is, like when I'm not in the lead up to a competition, I'll just be training, enjoying myself and getting better. And then when it comes to competition, I'll be competing in the training rounds.
Got it.
Which is not really good for getting better, but you definitely get sharper and you get more subs and you stop being nice to people. People start complaining at you basically. Okay,
so how does that look differently to how you normally train?
So yeah, normally, like if it's someone who I can smoke, I'll just take it easy. I don't need to smoke them and tap them as many times as possible. Yeah, but when it comes to comp training, then I'll just try and finish them as many times. Like you just can't afford to be nice to anyone.
Yes.
If it's coming comp time, and I made that mistake before, so that's it now. I just got to be horrible to people.
Is that a process you've learned over time, or someone's taught you this?
I think I listened to Gary Tonin say it a while back that when you're preparing for comps, you've got to be less playful and more just like, just trying to finish every single opportunity you get. Basically, you can't pick and choose the subs that you take. You
just go.
Just finish them,
When
it comes to it. Finish as much as possible. Yeah, that's my tip.
That's a good tip. Getting lots of finishes.
Yeah, just don't chill. You can't afford to chill. If there's like, if you're like, fuck it, whatever, I could stand up here, but I'm not going to do it because I want to play guard. That's just not acceptable. You just have to stand up and not accept the points.
Yeah.
Or for example, like staying in worse positions, more risky submission-wise, more risky positions for longer, so you can not give up the points. So occasionally you might get sub doing that, but it's worth the squeeze.
Not getting the points.
Yeah, not getting points scored on you. So yeah, that's how I've trained differently.
That's a key detail.
Yeah, key details.
Nice. And you keep doing that all the way up until... How long would you stop? So the event's on the 17th and the 18th, is it? 18th and 19th. So how long up until then will you train?
Probably I'll take 2 days rest.
2 days rest.
2 days of full nothingness rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe something extremely light on the 2 days prior to it.
Some movement.
Yeah, some sort of movement. But I think the 2 days before, I'm just going to literally do fuck all and then I'll be ready.
Nice.
I'll be pining to go.
So I can get ready to go.
All right. What question we got? Should we start with the bullshit questions or the actual questions?
Let's go for a real question first.
All right. Guard retention tips.
That's it.
So specifically to not get put in headquarters, I think if you don't want to be put in headquarters, that's actually pretty tough to be fair. You can keep pummeling to inside position. You can basically, just keep pummeling your feet to inside position using your frames. It's just tiring. It's more costly, basically pushing to get your feet back to the inside. So you have to de-weight their leg that is pinning your leg in the headquarters position. So you basically have to just keep pushing them with your hands or your inside knee to get your legs back to the middle.
Subtle pushes, little
bumps, exactly. So you can move your leg out gradually without doing a huge bump, losing all connection. Then they just shuffle about and then go back into, You don't want to disconnect completely from the guard, but you don't want to be in a guard where you're using energy to hold them.
That's a key detail, because often I'd be like, you'd be stuck in that position, you'd be like, big giant push, and you open up so much space, and suddenly you're just getting crushed even worse than you originally were.
Just enough, not too much as well, because then then you get tired, and also you give up more opportunities. And other tips for guard retention, like keep your feet pointing at them all the time, try and keep your knees and elbows connected. There's so much to it, I guess. Like this whole instructionals on
Answer them all now.
Answer them all now. My best tip is go and watch an instructional guard retention.
Which one?
Gordon Ryan's and Lachlan Giles and just anyone really who plays guard very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do, watching instructional.
We did some good J-point details this week as well. That was sick.
Yeah, camping at the and that's a good example of not, if you just push them away, they'll just run around the outside and then start to push your knees away again.
Yeah.
You're not really playing guard, you're just retaining
Yeah.
and trying to recover guard. So that's not really the same.
And you're just getting exhausted.
Yeah, you're just getting tired, basically, just bench pressing the whole time.
Subtle movements.
Yeah, subtle movements. Watch an instructional.
Watch the instructionals. That's the key answer.
Yeah, that's the be all of it.
Yeah. Actually, on that, someone said, do drills while studying instructionals or attempt in sparring and work on details after? So it's, I guess that to paraphrase that question, he's like, should I just drill while studying an instructional and then, or just try and attempt it and
We've kind of had that question before, haven't we? It's just like grading your level of resistance from 0 to 10. Like drilling is 0 resistance, then some more resistance where the guy's just moving randomly a little bit, and then all the way up to sparring against white belts, blue belts, purple belts, all the way up to black belts.
Go watch the other podcast for you.
Yeah, watch the other podcast. Questions. Fucking waste our time. God.
Yeah, so like start drill with the buddy. Progressively overload that, and then trying to hit on noobs, and then obviously trying to increase the difficulty of training partners.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then if you're getting problems with a certain move in training, you might have to go back to drilling it, or you might have to just keep trying it on people until you get a feel for what you're trying to achieve. Because sometimes it's just you're feeling it wrong. It looks like you're doing it correctly, but you're not doing it correctly, sort of thing. You need to feel the move.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's unfortunately just a matter of doing it a shitload.
Would you recommend a lot of people filming their training rounds and then rewatching?
I would recommend that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard pill to swallow, watching yourself train most of the time.
Yeah.
Because either it looks flashy and it's not actually good, or it looks flashy, it looks like impressive, but you're not actually getting loads of subs, or you're getting loads of subs and it just looks a bit shit most of the time.
That's a good way of just recording, like, okay, fuck, I'm actually shit at this position, I need to work on this.
But one thing that helps is if you're training and you're not super good at memorizing what happened, then if something happens, you're like, oh, what the fuck happened there? Like, or I don't know, when you're training, sometimes you just realize, oh, something happened there, and then like, you carry on sparring and you forgot. It's good to remind yourself of that.
Got it.
So yeah, but you only need one camera to film the whole training room. So really, they should do that every session. Just have someone, or just a camera set up, and then anyone who wants to watch their rounds could watch it.
That's a good idea.
Because then you could all just put in for a cheap camera.
Yeah.
And watch your rounds.
Did you ever get to a point of writing down what you did after each training session in a book or a journal? Do you have a journal?
Nah, I never did. I would just, if I was just thinking of moves outside of jiu-jitsu, I'd write them down and then try them in the jiu-jitsu. But in general, every time I'm going to the mats, I'm always thinking about what I'm doing. Yeah. You know, what I'm trying to do, basically. And not always improving in one place as well. Improve like loads of different places, so you've got more chance of leveling up in a session. Yeah. Then if you're just working on one thing, you might never get there.
So you'd have like that was actually one of the questions. Work on one move at a time, or would you work on like several little like goals or details in one session?
If you're getting smashed all the time, you may as well just work on escapes. But if you're attacking people, you might have to work a bit on guard attacks, you know, and then a bit on. And also, some people aren't going to be good enough to give you the reactions you want. So you have to have things you need to work on for everyone.
Got it.
Because otherwise you're just hoping that unless you just do pure specific rounds and you only work that. Yeah. Then I guess you could just improve one thing at a time. Yeah. But if you're just sparring in general, you kind of have to have multiple things to improve on. But then it's harder to remember. Yeah. So that's why I reckon people do specifics.
Okay.
Yeah, because then if you do specifics, you can actually like train one thing at a time and clearly improve on it one at a time. But then A, it's more boring, and B, it might be giving you a full, like you might just be losing the transitional bits between positions. Yeah. I don't know, it depends how specific you're around.
How would you split that training time up between a training session, specifics versus lots of sparring? Specifics first for how, you tell me.
As in drilling or specifics?
Both. So say like a classic competition class could be like 30 to 45 minutes of specifics and then 45 to 60 minutes of sparring.
Yeah, I would say competition class should be no drilling, because you just drill in your own time, right? And then, or just like learn it in your own time and then come in, you can drill the moves with like varying levels of resistance. Yeah. And then the specific sparring is like, you know, again, you can go varying levels of resistance on the specific sparring, but basically specific sparring for a little bit and then you could do your normal sparring. Yeah. So like half an hour of specific sparring and both straight into normal sparring for an hour or something. Yeah, exactly, yeah. if you've got nothing you feel like working on, you should probably watch an instructional.
Yeah.
And find out how little you know.
Try and get some inspiration.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, that was a good
Nice.
question. Fair enough.
That's a good question.
We mocked it, but fair enough.
That was actually a few questions.
Okay, cool.
piled
Yeah, the
into
first
one.
one was still shit.
Yeah,
I've never watched this
go
podcast.
watch the other podcasts, you fuck.
You fucking shit.
Fuck. Comp mindset. People love the comp mindset. What gets you into a competition mindset? Kind of answered that earlier, but let's hear it again.
Yeah. Don't know if there should be a comp mindset like that. Like you just gotta, I don't know, like not take any cheap, just not accept anything that you might otherwise accept in sparring.
Yeah.
But then people take that too far and start stalling to fuck. So you gotta actually have a game plan. You know, if you're a guard player, it's not really gonna be you can't really stall from guard. But
Yeah.
if you're a top player, you don't want to give up. Like you don't want to make mistakes, but equally you don't want to stall. So
Go for subs.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, just going for subs is probably more likely that you're going to give up points in some way or another. So you just got to be very step by step. Not try to do too much, basically. Just try and do enough to win. Depends on the competition again. If it's sub only, you can give up points and stuff. But if it's ADCC, I guess you just do like the safest path to victory each time. That's going to be the best, realistically. And yeah, like they should adjust the rule set to make it hard to stall and win safely. So yeah, that's how I compete. Minimal risk and maximum chance of
Maximal
subbing.
reward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also I don't want to get injured, so
Yeah.
it's a fight.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
comp mindset. I don't know. That's just I don't know. It's not really a mindset, is it? You just
It's a tricky thing because I guess I actually downloaded Ryan's championship mindset thing. I only watched like 10 minutes and I need to watch more of it. But him just talking about like his journey through jiu-jitsu when he was like 18 to whatever age, or like 13 to whatever age. Talks
what did he say?
Oh man, you put me on the spot here.
I didn't even bring it up.
Yeah, I brought it up. Like 15 minutes of it. I think he's just talking about like, at least at the start, he's talking about from like whenever he started training jits, like 13 or 15, they kind of like how, I guess his mindset before was like try and get quantity over quality training, or just try and train as much as possible twice a day, like 7 days a week. And then he was like, I'm actually not getting better because I can't, like what we talked about in our last podcast, concentration. He figured out concentration was actually far more important. Just gonna keep trying to do like large quantity of session.
Yeah.
Because like, doing a large quantity will get you in good shape physically, but like, and also mentally to compete. But if I can't concentrate, I can't retain the moves because you'd be so tired going to a class. Like I can't actually retain anything that's being said.
Yeah. Also doing like exciting moves isn't necessarily going to make you, even though it feels good, it's not making you better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doing like flashy moves, you might feel better, but you're not actually getting better.
That's the Instagram shit.
Yeah, you want to just be a fucking robot.
You love the Instagram moves, man. You're on your Instagram scrolling, seeing people teach shitty moves or flashy moves.
Yeah. As in I hate it. As in I fucking hate it. I see it all the time. Just shit moves, hundreds of thousands of views. Yeah, it sickens me.
Yeah.
Rather just people not post. Just don't post. I just report it if I don't
Actually.
Either I'll click the X and I'll just be like, block this person.
Do you?
Like, if the move is that shit, I'll just if I'm on public transport, basically, I'm gonna report them and do whatever
this
I
guy,
can
this
to
shitty
never see
fucking
that
move.
again.
Yeah.
And some posts I just can't. I don't want to see that. I want to curate what I see on my Instagram feed. If I'm gonna give my attention to Instagram,
Because of flashy moves.
yeah,
piss you off.
even if it's not to do with jiu-jitsu, like just random shit on my Instagram. If I don't like it, it's just got to go. Like I'm scrolling this long on my phone. I'm not gonna fucking watch shit stuff on my phone. It's got to be good if I'm a scroll.
Key.
Alright, cool. Will I buy a Monclizzy if I win ADCC?
Wait, what?
A Montclair. I will buy a Montclair if I win ADCC. That's just.
Was that a question, Matt?
Yeah.
A Montclair.
Will I buy a Monclizzy if I win ADCC? I think I will.
Yeah, go for it.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Do you have one that you like? Do you like Montclairs?
Well, I have a video that I like that I might copy that exact Montclair, make sure it's undersized.
Okay.
Yeah. you have to have seen the video, basically. If you haven't seen the video.
What's the video?
It's just some guy. It says, "Don't make me get him on Clizzy." I can't even. You just have to see the video. Just type in "Don't make me get him on Clizzy."
Have you seen it? No.
You've seen it. Don't pretend.
You've seen that?
Yeah, I think I probably have.
Yeah, you've seen it. Don't pretend, buddy.
We'll get a link
We'll
up.
get the video.
We'll get a link up.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Pull
Alright.
What cycle of hair loss? What's this?
What cycle am I on?
For your hair
That
loss.
was 2 separate questions. What cycle am I on? And secondly, did I get the hair loss before or after the juice?
I'm glad you. I'm gonna
I
actually.
was
I'm
losing
gonna
my hair when I was like 16, but I just.
Were you really?
Yeah, maybe not 16, but I was definitely suspecting it. Like, this isn't.
Shaving your head has done you a lot of favors, man.
Yeah, I still need to shave it more often though, but
You
it's
could
just long.
constantly shave it bald,
It's just
man.
long. It's just so long.
And we're gonna put that video up of Owen at the end. I've got on my phone with like Mr. Burns crow's nest hair.
It's not quite Mr. Burns though, is it?
It's like a back
He's
here.
got like a fucking rings, like a planet up.
Yeah. As in terms of steroids, read the fucking post we put up. We put a post up about this.
Yeah.
About juicing. People get so like, it's funny, especially with the jiu-jitsu community. Like people just they have no like idea like what like good nutrition, a decent recovery plan, and decent strength training can do for you. Yeah, people get it twisted. They think like, oh, this guy's massive, and he once skinny. He's on the gear. He's on the juice.
Yeah.
It's like, mate, you can get fucking jacked if you like eat lots of calories, eat lots of fucking protein, and train correctly.
Yeah, I think.
Also genetically, like some people just, you're gonna have to face like at least 48% of the population, you just don't have like excellent genetics, and that's just facts. But like you are, like you've been playing sport for a long time, you haven't really lifted much weights before we started training, and you're
I don't
like,
think I have excellent genetics either. I think they're like pretty average, to be honest. Like,
I think so. I think you fucking genetically pick up like muscle quite quickly.
Okay, fair enough.
I would say so.
I would have thought that. I don't know. I just see other people who are just like ridiculously jacked and.
Arms calling out.
Yeah, bro. Like that.
Yeah, some people have that. That's like mega fast twitch fibers as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just that is what I would call genetically.
Freak.
Yeah, because I've been doing sport my whole life, and then some people can walk in and they're just like ridiculously strong, and I'm like, well.
Some people are like that.
Yeah.
And it's going to depend on your genetics, but it's like to get super jacked and super swole, just commit to a fucking at least a 12-week strength block. Find out how many calories you need to eat to be in a slight surplus, and eat enough protein, and you'll get fucking good results. It's that simple.
For me, if people saw how much I train, like my schedule, they would clearly know that I'm not on juice. Like if you just followed me around for a day, like I'm not training like 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
And I'm basically tired every day. So like that's the whole point of juice, is just so you can train.
Recover well.
Yeah, just recover really well. And like most days I'm not recovered well. Basically. I have maybe like 1 day a month where I feel like, oh, this is good. I've just been ill for a week, so now I'm well recovered or something. But it's not. Yeah.
And even in the gym, it's just like you come in and it's like, okay, you've trained jiu-jitsu, you're not going to be strong right now, but you can still make PBs in different areas, or you can still just have a really productive session. Try and do a little bit more than you did last week, or maintain the same, and then again, sleep well, eat plenty of protein. You're going to get gains. It's going to happen for you. It's going to fucking happen for you.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't eat enough protein.
No
also,
way.
It's fucking hard to eat all the time. Like, even when I'm trying and I'm thinking about it, I'm fucking panicking sometimes. Like, oh, I've got to go do this and I don't have time, and I've got to go and eat, and I literally don't have time to like pick up any food and eat the food in between.
Panic.
It's been like 2 sessions and I haven't eaten, and now I'm traveling and all this shit.
They'll be like, fuck, that's it. Like,
I can feel the gains.
You do have to be committed. Like, if you really want to fucking optimize your muscle gain, getting protein in every 3 to 4 hours is a fucking key detail. Yeah. It's a key detail that you can't fuck up. Yeah. People like, oh, I had one guy, he's like, yeah, I eat like 80 grams of protein a day. He's like an 80 kilo guy. I'm like, you are not going to get the fucking goals that you want.
Away.
You are wasting away. You're not going to get there and then he increases protein and got jacked. But it's like, just, you have to do it. You have to eat the calories, you have to eat the protein, and you have to train in a progressive manner, at least twice a week for weights, at least.
Fully.
Especially with the jits.
Yeah, especially the jits is so many calories. I don't know if people wear a whoop band or whatever, but I imagine it's like over 1,500 calories some sessions.
Yeah.
Just burning.
Everyone's going to be different, but like you are burning a fuck ton of calories in jits. And then you need to replace those calories, then you need to sleep well, then you need to lift weights on top of that.
Yeah, the naps have been helping actually.
You nap?
Yeah, like especially Thursday for some reason, I'm fucking tired. We'll go train in the morning in Ealing and then come here and do the weights.
Do you nap between the Ealing and the weights, or you nap in the afternoon?
Nap after, yeah. I fucking missed a class last week because I napped and I set an alarm on my phone. And it wasn't an alarm, it was like a timer. And the timer was silent, but the alarm's on silent.
That's
and I fucking missed my evening class.
Oh, you just didn't show up?
I tell you what, no, I messaged him and like, listen, I'm like, it's like 20 minutes till the class starts and it's an hour away. So, like, honestly, like, what can I do? I just slept through it. There's
How long would you nap for?
Well, ideally like 45 minutes. I set a timer on my phone for 45 minutes because I was like, any longer than this and I'll be kind of tired. And also that would give me like, half an hour basically to set up and then, or that would give me like an hour to basically get normal again. But yeah, just slept for like 2 hours straight and then that was it. Goodbye class.
2 hours.
Yeah. I felt refreshed up, but some naps are really just key. I just feel like I get home and it's like, wow, I'm sat there scrolling on my phone and my eyes are falling asleep like that and then I just go to bed, yeah.
I saw this interesting video about naps, guys talking about like REM cycle and like the sleep cycle. There's like ways of like hacking it, so to speak. I think there's like a 20-minute nap zone, a 50-minute nap zone. Then it's like go from, if you're going to do 50 minutes, try and just do either, if you want to do longer than that, an hour and a half or like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
There's like certain blocks you can hit.
Yeah.
So you wake up and you're not fucked. You know when you have a nap and you wake up and you're like, I don't even know what day it is. So you're so confused and disoriented.
That's if you nap too long for me.
Too long, yeah. And then your sleep's fucked in the evening, etc. I'd say like 40 minutes max is good nap time.
I go 45 minutes, set an alarm on your phone. And also, if you set an alarm on your phone and just put it face down somewhere, you'd be surprised how easily you fall asleep.
Easily?
Yeah, rather than just being like, I'm going to nap, and then just...
Yeah, just put the phone away.
45 minutes later, you're like, I've got to go.
Dark in the room, eye mask on. I love the eye mask, man. Do you eye mask?
Get some proper curtains. No, we've got a blackout room.
Oh, you goes full pitch black?
Yeah, basically goes pitch black.
Oh, sick.
You can't see shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I find that tough to wake up in the mornings though, when it's pitch black, regardless of what time it is. Do you think?
I can still see in the morning though.
Oh, a little bit of...
I can't see if I turn the light off and for like, literally if I'm waiting there for like half an hour, I just won't be able, but in the morning somehow I'll just be able to see.
Yeah.
Just about. So get good curtains.
Naps are great. If you can get a nap in, I recommend that. But obviously try and sleep 8 to 9. I think for athletes it's different. 8 to 9 hours. You actually need more sleep as an athlete.
Yeah.
You do because you're putting your body through way more work.
7 is not enough for me. 8 is nice.
7 to
9 is like, I'm
9 to king.
Actually pretty And then anything more than that just doesn't happen. I just wake up.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I also get sore if I have like 10 hours sleep. I'm like, oh man, I feel worse.
Yeah. I also feel hungry. Too much sleep, just hungry as fuck when you wake up. The gains are gone.
Wait, is that creatine? Creont? What's creont?
Should you creont to another gym if your local gym is shit? That was the question.
What does creont mean?
Creont is to switch gyms.
What the fuck is creont?
What the fuck is a creont? It's like creont is basically someone who switches gyms. So obviously, if your local gym is shit, you should creont and switch gyms. That's my 100%. You should creont and switch gyms. However, if you're just shit, then it's a different story, right? How realistically, what do you need to get good? You need like people who actually show up to each session, and some people who are better than you, slightly better than you, or even people who are like able to give you problems. If everyone's just a white belt, you're probably going to struggle to get much better.
This is a really good question. The creont, like what's the kind of criteria to like specify this gym is shit? Like I can't get better in this gym.
If the coach, so just the fact that you would be considered a creont for changing gyms would make the gym shit to me.
Oh, is creont an offensive word? Is it like are you a fucking creont? Like?
Well, it's not like offensive like.
No.
Yeah.
But it's like you're a little creont. You're swapping between gyms.
Yeah, you're a snake or whatever.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so that if you don't have diversity of information, then your gym is shit, basically. If you're not allowing people to go to other gyms and see what's there, then probably your gym is shit, basically. So
for the reasons of the white belts, blah blah blah. If it's all white belts, so people aren't better than you. Yeah,
and you also get used to styles. So if you have one coach, they will always teach one style. People in the gym will tend towards that style.
Yeah.
And also people with different, the wrong sort of body types for that style might just leave your gym entirely. So you just only get some beasts. That's why some gyms you just get beasts, and some gyms you just get loads of little skinny guys.
Yeah.
So, because I guess people's personality and that matches the moves that they're given.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should creont as long as you're like bringing stuff to like information to and from other gyms, and yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. Basically, it's your money.
It's your money and time.
It's your money. Yeah, it's your money. What are you talking about?
It's your money and time.
You're not like. It's not actually your dad that you're being coached by. Like you can just live your life, bro. You don't need to, as a jiu-jitsu coach, and like realistically, if you punch your jiu-jitsu coach in the face, he'll probably be KO'd like anyone else. It's barely fighting.
Thank God.
Yeah.
He's not your dad.
Yeah.
Maybe he's your dad.
If it's your dad, then you're a piece of shit. Yeah, probably. Oh, that's fair enough.
I want to highlight the point, like you said last podcast, that you thought your mobility has improved by spending by 2 to 3 years on a computer. Your back mobility improved. The slouching.
Yeah, if you sit cross-legged on a sofa, you can butt.
That was so key.
Unless you're fat. If you're fat, you can only go as far as your stomach allows. Yeah. But if you're skinny and look like a skinny computer nerd, then you should be pretty good at jiu-jitsu.
This is actually key, like fucking core strength. People underestimate how important a strong core is for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. I remember when I started, a lot of the moves, before I understood them, or like as soon as I did the first rep correctly, using my abs, I was like, wow, this is...
Abby.
You could clearly see how you'd only get like 2 or 3 reps out of that if you're actually sparring before you're just too tired to do it properly.
Yeah.
Same with wrestling. Like wrestling conditioning drills, when I do them now, like a high crotch lifting someone up. Like
so much ab strength.
Wrestlers can, it's not ab strength necessarily, it's not more arse, isn't it? But
yeah,
wrestlers can do that because they've done it so much in sparring and like in game forms, and they've just conditioned themselves to do it. But if you can't do that, then it's just not really an option when you're sparring to do that over an ADCC match.
You need to condition yourself to do so. Be conditioned to do so.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's core strength is fucking hard.
Core strength, glute strength, hip strength, it all ties in, man.
Yeah, all very key.
First portion of, what's that question there? First portion to
focus on.
BJJ.
First position to focus on.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't write those very well. So first position to focus on, just position escapes, and if you're a white belt and you're doing gi, do close guard, because like we said in the last podcast, like whoever's in the bottom close guard is basically able to attack, and most people don't have the core strength at white belt to stand up out of a close guard and escape properly. Yeah. Without getting some random, without the collar grip, just pulling them back down. Everyone stands up with their legs way too wide and then just gets pulled back down to their knees. Yeah. So yeah, if you're a white or blue belt and you're doing gi, just learn close guard. You're not a blue belt. Yeah.
Just learn close guard.
Yeah, just learn close guard. Yeah, 100%. Like if you don't know anything else, just learn close guard. And then in terms of like good attacking positions, because I feel like that's just bottom, right? If you're playing on top, what position you could be good at? Maybe like a body lock, or just like running around people. Like that's at a lower level, that's going to work very well when people aren't very good at like retaining guard or keeping their knees to the chest. Yeah. Just running around and pushing their knees away tends to work very well. And then rather than going to like more static positions like mount, where it's hard and you have to know a lot of stuff to get it to work, you could just go to the back and keep spamming like face chokes and rear naked chokes. That's my advice.
That's a good detail.
Yeah, I think like play things like half guard, even though they're taught quite often to the lower levels as fundamentals, I think they're actually quite hard to pull off compared to, because the person on bottom has, because there's more time under tension, more time to make a mistake. If you just like blast with some Toriando pass, it's actually much easier. Because
then you've passed, yeah.
Yeah, you just pass instantly, and if you haven't passed, you just reset and you just blast again, and like it's just pot shots. Whereas you don't have to be so precise as if you're
in a static position.
Mount, exactly. Yeah,
half guard.
Very easy to just get. There's too many parts that need to be correctly under tension for it to work for a noob to do correctly.
Yeah. So just try and get some open passing, get to the back, spam face chokes.
Yeah, and spam face chokes and rear naked chokes, or like some sort of collar chokes, or even like arm bars. It's very. I mean, again, it depends who you're against, right? But at that sort of level, I feel like the more obvious things work better, or the more like easy to understand moves work better. Like everyone gets the arm bar, you just, even if it's not necessarily connected, just hold it to your chest and just bridge through it. Yeah. Like people will understand that and be able to do it. Whereas something like, I don't know, something like
Give us an
even
example.
like a rear naked choke. I guess some people will do it with their fingertips, and it's just not going to work the same
Yeah.
as people get their whole knuckles through, or just like weird subs like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to pull off.
Spam the face chokes instead.
Yeah, spam the face chokes and arm bars and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
BJJ on weight stays.
Yes.
What was that?
Yeah. Should you do BJJ on weight stays? I
Oh,
would tend
yeah.
to do BJJ before the weights because I think you're more likely to get injured doing BJJ than weights.
Facts.
Yeah, 100%.
Big facts.
If you're getting injured doing weights, you're just doing it wrong completely. Whereas if you're getting injured, like if you get injured doing BJJ, you could say that you're doing it wrong, but then it's just, some of it is unavoidable, and some of it, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's the chance of you not getting injured in certain positions is actually very low. Like if someone does a jumping scissor and you're off balance, that's it really. You didn't make a mistake. You didn't make a mistake that you could necessarily correct next time or 100% of the time, but you got your shit broken anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Injury prevention is like a tricky one. Like, of course, being stronger is gonna like help you, like help your joints, help your ligaments, help your muscles. So you're not gonna so you can be stronger, but it's not necessarily gonna prevent a fucking injury.
Nah, yeah. There's nothing that can really. Some of them are completely.
Yeah, and also like what is your injury like history? If you have a history to certain injuries, it's not gonna fucking like you can get really fucking strong, and yes, that may like stop. It's not gonna stop you from getting injured. Essentially,
Nah, yeah,
nothing can stop a fucking injury.
Yeah.
But it is good to be really strong. Like you may have like, for example, like you used to have quite a bit of knee pain, but it's like, okay, we know that strengthening the quads, strengthening the glutes, that can help dissipate some of that knee pain.
Yeah. And even then,
you
can still get injured with bullshit.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful like when you're sparring as well. You can't just like if you spar in the morning, then you do weights, then you spar in the evening.
That's a disaster.
You are gonna get injured.
There's a high chance.
Unless you're juicy.
And even then, like I think a big thing is just making sure that you're recovered. Ideally, getting enough stimulus to cause some muscle damage to get growth.
Yeah.
If you're damaging your muscles, then you go into a hard jiu-jitsu session. Well, like jiu-jitsu is going to beat you up too.
Yeah.
Don't double beat yourself up. But I recommend that people do weights and jiu-jitsu on the same day. So how you could do it is like jiu-jitsu's high intensity sessions. So say like you're doing hard sparring or whatever, like a competition day, do weights that afternoon, and then the next day can be a lighter day, so you have a better recovery. That's what I recommend.
I recommend jits first as well.
Always.
Some people do it the other way around, but I would say you're just more likely to get injured. If you're tired and you've got to put your hand out there to save your knee from getting bent over the outside of your toes, if you're tired and you put your arm out and you let your arm crumple, the next thing to go will be your knee. So it's better to just be completely
fresh.
Like you will not get injured whilst you're fresh. That's why you see like sometimes the white belts go fucking hard and you look at it like, wow, how are they not getting injured? And then it's because the round will finish after 5 minutes. So the first round they're not going to get injured, but as the rounds go on in the later rounds, that's when people start to get injured because they don't do the normal shit they do because they're just like on an out breath and they're like, fuck, I've got to put my arm here, or my leg's going to break, and then they're thinking about it and their leg breaks. So, yeah.
Too tired,
too slow, stiff.
Stiff as a board. Stiff as a fucking board. Yeah, that's a key detail. People get injured, like fatigue. So going into a session super fatigued, and then being super fatigued whilst in a session, having poor decision management.
Yeah, and like brain fog because you're fucking tired and just panicking and shit.
Yeah, whereas you should just be like, okay, fuck, just chill the fuck out.
Yeah. If you're tired like that, you should probably
chill out.
Yeah, you should probably be kind of stalling in losing positions and trying to get your breath back.
This is a good topic. So say you go into a session, you know you're tired, you want to get the session done. I guess like Gordon and Gary and stuff talk about this as well. Just go, okay, I'm not feeling 100% today. I'm just going to try and not get subbed. So like, say you come in and you're absolutely fucked, and you're like, I can't really attack too well. I'm just going to defend and try and not panic.
I've done that when I'm injured, and it's actually surprisingly easy if you have no intention of escaping positions. To just sit there and bottom mount and just defend and then wait for them to put enough pressure that you do a big bridge and then you just go straight back down to bottom mount, you're not really getting that tired. The tiring part is like defending passes with energy and like pummeling your legs and bench pressing people away. But if you're just sitting here framing, tucking your hands back in and reframing and stuff, you could do that forever. And the person on top, unless they're like technically better than you, they will just never tire you out basically.
Especially at the lower levels as well. There's big benefit to that. big benefit. Like learning how to not panic, learning how to pace yourself, learning how to fucking be in shitty positions.
But you think if you have a good enough training room that you're going to get forced to be just defending like 99% of the time.
Yeah.
So you should get good at that. Like realistically, by the time you get to blue belt, you should be very hard to sub with maybe not very hard, it just depends who you're going against, but you should be you shouldn't just be making obvious mistakes and just like letting people sub you. It should just be a grind every time for them to sub you.
Yeah,
That would be the dream.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So just be able to stay calm under pressure.
Yeah, like tactical pressure, yeah. Cool.
That's a key point. That's a key point.
What was it? ADCC finals? Oh yeah, am I going to increase my private prices after I win double gold?
Fuck yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Mate.
Long story short.
Yeah.
I won't even be teaching private.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll only be taking favours.
That's what I'm saying. So I asked Giles when I went to Australia, I'm like, hey man, how much for a private? I'm going to be down there. Can you get one? He's like, very politely, hey, I don't do privates, but you're welcome to come ask me some questions at the competition, at the pro class.
He does ask questions.
Huh?
He answers questions. Like if you just message him online, he'll just answer questions.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, man, fair play.
He's a great guy, but
he has a lot of
privates.
patience for us fools.
Us fools.
Yeah, because I asked him questions too, and he was kind enough to tell me.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, he's you don't need to be doing privates. You win this year. No more privates.
Well, yeah, I'll just be. I'll try and open a school after that.
Yeah,
that would be nice. Somewhere close by, but not in competition with any of the other schools nearby.
Yeah. Any competition with any pals, any of your mates.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a good question. How big and strong could Gordon Ryan get rather than doing bro splits? Because we know he does a bit of bro splits. He does like chest one day, back one day, arms one day. That's a good question. He could get. It depends. Like I don't know exactly what his program is. Whatever he's doing is obviously working for him. How big and strong could he get furthermore if he's doing things like excellent technique, squatting and deadlifting? Maybe he's got a couple of injuries that are preventing him from like doing certain exercises. Then him bro splitting. Maybe a bro split is a preferred method because he may have some injuries that are stopping him from doing certain different other types of training. For example, like deadlifts, he may not be able to deadlift, may not be able to back squat. Many athletes can't, so he may be belt squatting or sled pushing or whatever.
He also said that he's keeping his legs small on purpose.
Oh, really?
For jiu-jitsu, yeah, so he can lock the body triangles and that easier and pummel his legs.
Oh, okay.
More efficiently.
Yeah, so maybe he's probably just doing like a strength program for that, lower reps, higher weights, as opposed to getting more volume in the legs. That's a tricky one to answer because whatever he's doing is working for him. So.
How big could he get?
Obviously he could get fucking massive if you put him on a program like let's make him like into a bodybuilder or like a powerlifting program. He would get super fucking strong and super fucking jacked. But that's not his goal.
Well, wouldn't we all though?
Huh?
Wouldn't everyone?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
well, not everyone, but like a lot of people would. But it's like whatever he's doing is working for him.
But like, how tall is he naturally? He's like 6'1" or 2 or something.
Our height. How tall
is he? 6'3"? I don't know.
No, he's probably like 6'1".
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
6'6".
He could probably get to like, if he was eating like kebabs every day as well, like 150 kilos.
No way. I mean, he could be like fat as fuck.
Yeah, like a proper powerlifter, not healthy. Just
yeah. Perhaps.
Because he's saying how big and strong.
How big and strong could he get?
Not necessarily how. Like, yeah.
I mean, he could he could, but that's not going to help his jits.
Ronald Coleman eating chicken at night.
I think the premise of the question is, would he benefit doing like full body workouts, or would he benefit doing a different program rather than this bro splits? My answer is whatever he's doing is working for him. He said the thing about the legs, so maybe he's avoiding back squatting or deadlifts. I don't know what his program looks like, but it seems to be.
Then we can ask him when he gets him on the podcast.
We are, yeah. So we are trying to get that podcast. We're going to make it happen. We will make it happen.
We will make it happen.
So the plan is for Gordon Ryan, Roger Gracie, Eoghan Flanagan, Charles Allen Price. Roger's agreed. Roger's keen. So we just need to make this happen.
Maybe we can get Rogers to ask Gordon instead of us asking.
Yeah, that's the next detail.
Peasants probably don't go to the correct part of his inbox.
I definitely would not.
I wouldn't. I don't have a blue tick.
No.
I haven't even broken 10K followers.
No, me neither.
Jesus Christ. But we are the #1 watched podcast in Vietnam. So
take that, Vietnam.
Thank you. Dumb fuck.
Have you been to Vietnam? It's fucking sick.
No. Is
So-
it?
Yeah. It is sick, man.
Have you
Hanoi.
been? What did you do?
I did a road trip from Ho Chi Minh, which is Saigon, all the way up to Hanoi. Bro, the flying into like when I travel, I don't do any research. I didn't even look at the place. I just go, I want to go here, go there. That was my first like trip by myself. I did a 4-month trip to Southeast Asia backpacking when I was 25 years old. It was fucking sick. 24 years old actually.
And you came back not on drugs. You came back sober.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an
A
achievement
lot of
in
boozing,
itself.
a lot of boozing when I was over there, but
Okay, you stuck to the normal shit. You
Yeah.
didn't find yourself, basically.
no, I didn't do any like ayahuasca trips or any of that crazy shit. I like fucking.
Wow.
I had some fun trips out there. Don't get me wrong. I had some good mushrooms out there. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, flying into Ho Chi Minh was fucking sick because you get there and you're like, it just smells different. There's scooters fucking everywhere. Like there's no real traffic lights as an example.
Right.
It's just like
The humidity as
hundreds
well,
of
I think,
humid as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Humid as fuck.
Yeah, that sounds good, to be fair.
It is sick.
I did the Ho Chi Minh in history.
Mate, you should go. It's sick as fuck, man.
like,
Saigon is cool.
It was, that place was not very good a while back, though, was it?
Back in Nam.
Yeah,
during
back
those
in,
days.
back in Nam.
I
yeah.
fought in Nam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool
boss.
place. I highly recommend. People are super friendly, super welcoming. Cambodia is also cool as well.
Fair play.
Cambodia's brutal though, man. But obviously the war that happened there, the Cambodian genocide. You know about that?
No, I don't know.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
Pot's Pole. Look at
Pol Pot.
Pol Pot. Yeah, look at that, man. That is
Yeah.
horrific.
I actually did see a bit of him. There was some Netflix show on like how to become a dictator or something like that.
Oh, I watched that too. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
This is actually a good question. How the Structure BJJ Training, like, say it's similar question to what we said before. Have a goal when going into the session, right? So say like you're watching Submeta or the UK variant, and you plug the UK variant, and you're trying to work on a specific move.
Yeah.
Would you structure like a 4-week block around? I'm going to work on leg locks and like something that back takes. Leg locks and back takes together, pair that for 4 weeks.
I wouldn't even put a week timer on it. I would just do it until you're comfortable with it. And you, so there's a good post by that guy, Brian Glick, on this, one of
Sure.
Danaher's guys, saying that it's about diminishing returns, right? So you might do, for example, I was doing berimbolas for a long time, and then you could go specifically and spend all your time doing berimbolas in all your training sessions and like going for them even when they're not there. But after a while, you start to notice like diminishing returns on your, on your berimbolo game, and then you start doing something else and you get more interested in that. It's better to do the new thing and then continue the berimbolas in the background. So you basically go until you feel like you're kind of exhausting yourself, exhausting the avenues of that move, and then you go back to just like finding what you need rather than what you want to do or what you had in mind was a good idea.
Fair, that's a good tip.
Yeah, diminishing returns.
Shout out to the UK variant.
Yeah, not that you'll get diminishing returns off that. It's
No, never.
just
That's
more-
the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, unbelievable. Gotta buy it and see. All money goes to charity.
No, it doesn't. That's
It's
a
my
lie.
own charity.
That's a lie.
ENF.
No lying on this
Owen needs
podcast.
food.
All right, cool. So this is the last podcast that we're going to probably do for 2 or 3 weeks. We're
Yeah.
going to plan to do one in the States with Raj,
God willing.
you, me, God willing,
God willing.
Gordon, Ryan. I think we will do one in the States anyway. I can organise that.
That'll be good.
That'll be fun.
I'll have time.
So last podcast for January. Any closing thoughts? Any interesting characters? Anything else you want to say?
Closing statements.
People
nothing
to
really.
improve their jits. Nothing. We've already covered it all.
Yeah, some crackhead asked me for a can of Coke the other day and I gave it to them.
That was good.
That's it.
Full can of Coke or just the empty can?
I drank some of it and then gave it to them. I think they needed it as a pipe.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're a good man.
Thank you, mate.
Guys, remember to
It's all
like,
good.
subscribe to the podcast, and make sure you rate it on Spotify. YouTube. Yeah, subscribe to
on
the
YouTube.
YouTube. Rate the podcast on Spotify. We've got like 20 rates now on our 5 stars on Spotify.
Any less than 5?
No,
Yeah, good.
not at all.
Shout out Vietnam as well for us being the number 1 in Vietnam. Shout out
Vietnam.
We need to start doing some of this in Vietnamese.
I'd love to do a trip to Vietnam. Meet Charles Eoghan experience in Vietnam. We'll come. Get us over.
Like a road trip. Yeah, Gordon.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Ramsey type thing.
Anyway,
Okay.
great to see you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.